Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Monday, August 8th, and we are here answering financial questions for you. If something's on your mind, if you want to know, am I on track? If you have a specific question, that's great. Just go to our website, jillonmoney.com, click Contact Us. You fill out the form and you let us know if you'd be willing to come on the air. Now, if you may be sheepish about whatever your situation is, don't worry, because we have someone joining us today who said that she's a normal person. And so we are bringing live to you today, normal Carol from California. Carol, what makes you so normal?
Well, I am 67 years old, retiring. Well, I was hoping to retire in January because I thought I had enough money. I'm normal because I don't have millions of dollars in the bank like all these 40-year-olds that call you. So,
they're just bragging, really. It's sometimes Mark will say to me that we get hate mail because somebody's like, oh, these people, you only put rich people on the air. And Mark is very clear. He's like, I put people on who say they want to come on. So if you're feeling sheepish because you don't have as much money as some other people, it doesn't matter to us. No judgment whether you have a lot of money or no money. So Carol, 67 years old, you said you thought you had enough money.
So happy at the end of December that I walked in after break in January and announced my retirement.
Are you still working right now? Because you said you announced.
I'm still working.
Okay. So let me just start with a few things here. So you're still working. How much do you earn?
$250 a year.
Holy smokes. That's some real money. That's not exactly normal, I have to say.
Yeah, I know, but my savings doesn't match the income.
How much money do you think you need to live on every month?
At the moment, $9,000 a month. I got to work on that, but right now that's what I'm spending.
Okay. Do you own your own home?
I own my home. I have a mortgage. I owe $350 at 3.1%.
How much is the house worth?
Conservatively, it's worth about $1 million. They're going for a lot more up here, I have to tell you.
But you like it. You're not going to move, right? In other words, you're not saying I'm retiring and I'm leaving.
Oh my God. Unless I can find a way to live in Italy. I mean, I love my house and I love living here. Yes.
Okay. All right. That's great. While you're still working, are you making contributions to a retirement account?
I maxed it out already because I think they finally found a replacement for me. So I'll be done at the end of September. But I already maxed out my 401k for the year. All the extras just going into savings now.
All right. So tell me about savings. What do you have in the bank right now?
Oh, God. Not much. I have a brokerage account that's got $175,000 and $70,000 of that is in cash. I've got $20,000 in savings, which is nothing. I have an IRA for $68,000. I've got an inherited IRA for $53,000.
On the inherited IRA, are you taking distributions right now?
Yeah, I am. It pays my property tax every year. Thank you, Daddy.
And what about your current retirement, your 401k? Mark, I heard that giggle.
My 401k has even with my maxing out this year, I'm down to $555. And I was way above that at the beginning of the year.
All right. No panicking. So $555 in the 401k, is it all stocks or is it a mix of stuff?
I'm in a Target account now.
But it was all in stocks? Is that what happened?
No, it wasn't. I was mostly, I was 60% in the Target account, and then Fidelity wrote me and said, you might be too aggressive with the stocks and everything. So I went all into the Target account.
So 20 in savings, 175 brokerage, IRA 68, inherited IRA 53, 401k 555. Any other assets?
Nothing.
Okay. $1 million house, $350,000 mortgage, and we need $9,000 a month. Any potential pension out there?
No.
And what's your Social Security? You're already at full retirement age. What's the Social Security benefit look like?
Right now it's $3,800.
So we need to come up with some money for you. When you say my expenses right now are $9,000 a month, you say that like I need to work on that. So your mortgage is not that much. Are you just having a great? Are you having just a blast? Are you having fun?
Well, I was having fun until the pandemic. Yes, I was.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I mean, I live in California, and I have to tell you, my homeowner's insurance is more than my property taxes. It is
Jeez.
expensive here
Yeah.
because I live in
Yeah.
Fireland.
Right. But I mean, we still got to come up with $5,000 a month for you out of a
Yes,
portfolio that is less than $1 million.
yes.
So this is a problem. So there's two ways to solve the problem. One is to pull the expenses down, and the other is that once you're done with this job, is to do something. I'm not saying you got to make 250 grand, but do you have something in your life that you could do to, gin up a few grand a month so we can help get you to a better place?
I mean, I have to say, my company does love me, and they have already offered, me consulting gigs if I need them. So I can always go back. That's why this retirement has extended forever. So yeah, they have said many times,
Like
if you
how
need
much?
money.
Wait a second. Let's just talk about this for a second, okay? The consulting gig. How much could you make? Let's just pretend that you say, all right, you know what? I'll work through I know you found my replacement. Now, how much are we talking about consulting gigs? How much would that be?
Damn, I can make. Well, it just depends on the size of the project, quite frankly. I can do up to 100,000 a year or
Okay.
more.
So, oh God. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Could you do, and there's a method to my madness here. Could you do that for, say, 3 years and just live? Let's say that you did 100 grand. Let's say that by the end of this year, you'll have a little bit more money in the brokerage and savings account, right? You keep stockpiling cash. Are you do you really going to stop in September, or if you could, if you said to them, you know what, I'll start a consulting gig, on January 15th or something. Do they want you to stay longer? I just need to understand like what the flexibility is here.
Well, the flexibility is it took them a long time to replace me, and I think they sort of dragged their feet, but they did find a replacement for me. But there's a couple of projects they want me to finish. Maybe I could stretch out a little longer.
I mean, here's what I would say. I think that if you could do this 100 grand a year for say three years, and they like you, and then you're not working quite as hard, and you can be a little bit choosier. I really would love for you to be able, and you don't have to make any retirement contributions on that 100. Just take it as income. If you can live off your consulting gig income, a lot of your problems are going to be solved because we could delay you taking Social Security until you're age 70. And so
Right,
your
and that would be
benefit,
$4,300.
that's a big number. That is a big number difference. Okay. So then there's a few things that we can accomplish by doing this like part time. So you're like, you know what? You say, I'm so glad you hired. I'll do projects. I want to make 10 grand a month from working here. They'll be like, oh my God, you're so fabulous, Carol. Of course we want you. And then you'll be able to avoid dipping into a lot of these assets while the markets are still recovering. Because I bet my guess is that when you looked at this account, everything all totaled, you had more than $1 million at the end of the last year, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we just want you to get back up into that stratosphere. So if for 3 years you could make, notice how I just went from 100 to 120. If you could make 120 a year for 3 years, okay, then you can claim Social Security, your $4,300 a month, and then we've got to figure out what you're going to live on. And I'm hopeful that at that point you'll be back at 1 million or 1,000,001 or something like that. And then we can start to draw some of the money out of these accounts so that you can supplement what you have. But let's be clear. 9 grand a month is a lot of money on $1 million, right? And we don't have to do the full 9 grand. It's just that we have to get you from the difference between the 9 grand and the 4,300 of your Social Security. Even if you had 1.2 million to generate $5,000 a month, which is kind of what you would need, I would be pulling all the money out of your account. So you're either going to have to tighten up the amount of money you spend, or you're going to have to work a little bit more for these either next 3 years or stretch it out. It's kind of like you have to decide, do I really want to try to bang it out and make more money in the next 3 years? Or would I be willing to do like 3 years, make 120, then help them like 2 more years after that, make 60, and then I'm done. That's kind of what I see as the possibility.
or God forbid, sell the house and move to Florida.
I mean, but like, you're not going to do that because you love your house. You just said that. We don't want to do that. If you want to, like, if you love your house and you want to stay in California, which is a high tax state, and not move to like Florida or New Hampshire or Texas or the state of Washington, that this is what you would want to do is you're going to have to tighten up the spending, or you're going to have to be willing to earn more money. You have someone who really wants you and you're 67 years old and they're like, please keep working. So if you could do it and you could make it workable for you just to work a little bit longer, that will give you a chance to have the money grow, and it will allow you to not claim Social Security until you're age 70.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How do you feel about your job? Do you hate it?
Well, I've gotten to listen, it's been a dream job for most of my career. It really has been. But the industry has changed and I'm beginning to hate it a lot. It's just, it's a different world now.
I get that. I mean, look, it's tough. Also, I find that we are all a little bit less forgiving as we get older. You know, it's like, oh, like that didn't bother me a while ago. Now this bums me out. But if you had to do less of it, how about that? That's the thing. I can do
it. I mean, I've been doing it on my own terms. I haven't had to go back to the office like the rest of the people. So I've been doing it on my own terms, which is great.
Just kind of depends on, like, if you might say, let me just go through my spending with a fine tooth comb and I don't want to do this. Like, this is where the emotional part of this and the financial part come into the realm, because, you know, at some point you say, this is so annoying that I'd rather live on less every year, or, this is not so bad if I can do it half as much and it's fine and I can still live my life. What else can we do for you?
I think that's it. I do have my, all my documents are in place because I have a little diva pup that needs a guardian. So I make sure that she's taken care of.
I like that you did your estate planning for your puppy as opposed to anyone else. Do you have anyone else you need to take care of? Like, are there any grown kids or anything like that are floating around?
No. Right. I have lots of nieces and nephews that all have tons of money. So we're fine.
My God, those are my favorite kind of nieces and nephews. That's great.
I mean, yes.
And your father was nice to be able to pay your property taxes still. So that's good.
God bless those Depression era parents.
Oh my God, it's amazing. All right. Well, Carol, thank you so much for joining us. If you, like Carol, want to talk about some of the trade-offs that you are confronting as you approach this next chapter of your life, we'd love to hear from you. I think these are the most interesting questions, Mark. I really do. JillOnMoney.com. Click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you'd come on the air. Mark does everything else. While you're on our website, please sign up for the free weekly newsletter. Mark puts that together every single Friday. And as we always ask, please try to lift someone up today. It will make that person feel good, and it will make you feel good. Grit, growth, grace. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.